Welcome to Autism in Black Live. We are rooted in advocacy, not fear, rooted in truth, not stigma. Here, we center Black autistic voices, uplift Black families, and build spaces that are affirming, unapologetic, and full of joy. Whether you are a parent, professional, or autistic adult, this is your space. Together, we break down barriers and build up community. So grab your seat at the table. We're just getting started. What's going on, everyone? Happy Friday, day before Valentine's Day for all the lovers out there. I am Maria Davis Pierre. I am the CEO and founder of Autism in Black, here with my lover.
What's going on, everybody? You're truly Dr. Barry Pierre, the co-founder of Autism Black. What's going on, AIB community?
And we are here with our last Vision to Venue series episode of the week, our Friday episode. So if this is your first time tuning into this episode or the series, this series gives you a behind the scenes look at how we take our vision and bring it to the venue for our annual conference. And we are going into year 6 of our annual Autism in Black conference happening April 17th through the 19th. There is a website scrolling across the bottom of the screen where you can go and secure your tickets either here in person in West Palm Beach, Florida, or virtually from anywhere that you desire. So April 17th through the 19th. And before we get into today's theme, you know, if you've been watching, that Dr. Barry has his church announcements that he needs to do. So go ahead, Dr. Barry.
Yes. So we obviously got two things we need y'all to do. One is get your tickets. Get your tickets for the conference, April 17th and 19th. Make sure you do that. Link above me, link below me. Make sure you get those tickets. And number 2, when we started, we said, hey, our goal is to get to about 1,000 YouTube subscribers. For those who may not know, we do publish this series on our YouTube page, the Autism Black YouTube page. So you can go in there, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you can catch up to every episode we've done so far, right? So get your tickets and then head over to the YouTube page. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and then, check out not only this series, the podcast is there. What's our other series? I always forget.
Mindful Mondays with Maria.
Mindful Mondays is over there as well too. So you got there's plenty of things to view and spend your watch time hours on. Spend it with us.
Yes. So thank you, Dr. Barry. So go ahead and head on to that YouTube. If you follow that website at the bottom of the screen, there is a link to our YouTube page where you can like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, all of those good things, and also secure your tickets. So today's theme is our Friday Q&A. So we have gone through all of the comments from this week's videos, made sure that we have wrote down or we'll be sharing some comments to make sure that we can answer your questions and things of that nature. So, you want to get into it, Dr. Barry?
So, and definitely like I say, when we do this recap, just make sure, again, if you did not get a chance this week, we Marketing Thursdays, we talked about our promo shoot. We actually even dropped some clips from the promo shoot, as well as highlighting the stylists that make us look good. We talked about the aspect of having the hybrid format, the in-person versus virtual, why that's important. And more importantly, like always, we kind of served who are we here to serve, right? Like that was a big thing for us this week. So again, if you had not had a chance to catch up to this week's episodes, head over to the YouTube page, right? Because it's over there on YouTube page for your viewing pleasure. Make sure you subscribe when you do so.
Yes. So thank you for that. Now we're going to get into our Q&A portion. I have some written down that I'm going to answer first, and then we'll get to the rest of these. So the first question was regarding CEs. Now I am NBCC approved to provide CE hours, and that is to clinicians, so psychologists, social workers, mental health counselors, and marriage and family therapists. So if you are one of those, then we will be updating next week because we will also be releasing our speakers on the registration page, and we'll also have the CE information up there as well so that you can purchase the CE package if that is something that you want to do. At this time, we are approved for live CE hours. So whether you are in person or virtual, you can get the CE option, and you just have to make sure that you are viewing live. If you are virtual, we'll have a little sign in for you. And if you are in person, there'll be a sign in sheet to make sure that you get those CE hours. And at this time, we are approved for 13 CE hours for the conference. We are in the process of trying to get those pre-recorded sessions approved for those home-based CE hours that you can watch at any time. And if that is approved before the conference, then we will update the number of CE hours that you are that you're able to get. Excuse me. So yeah, we are NECC approved to get CE hours for clinicians, and it's 13 hours right now. Whether you are in person or virtual, you can get the package.
Yeah, we love that because obviously, especially if you can get CE hours, especially from our educators, again, you can write it off, right? So not only can you write off, the purchase of CE hours, you can write off the conference as well, too, your trip. So it becomes a tax write-off business expense. So that was definitely something we really, I think we started about 3 years ago. I'm not sure how long we've been giving CEs out. Definitely something that, we wanted to make it a point because obviously, if you're an autistic individual, parents of autistic children, but more importantly, if you're the educators and professionals, we want to make sure you come in, enjoy this conference, and get your ticket, autismblack.org or autismblack.org/links as well, too. So this conference is for everyone.
Exactly. And yeah, that's it for the CEs. We also were asked if we are providing childcare for our in-person attendees. And the answer to that is no. That is a liability that we are not insured to handle.
Not yet, y'all. We can't. We're not there.
Not yet.
We may look like we're there. We're not there yet, y'all.
We're not there yet. I would love to have respite care and all of those childcare, but yeah, I take it as a compliment that we look this, so like the funds are rolling in. We do a lot of hard work to look like that, but yeah, that is a very pricey cost that we're just not there yet. However, ages 14 and above can get tickets and come to the conference as well if they're interested. Sometimes, we have a teenager, so she wouldn't want to sit through the session. She would be like, no. She would love the sensory room, which we'll talk about next week. Yeah, so ages 14 and above are able to come if that's something that they're interested in, but we do not have on-site child care or respite care at this time. And then someone asked if there are opportunities for vendors. And yes, we do have, I believe, 5 more bending tables available. So we are down to the last few. Those spots have been getting snatched left and right. So we are only offering in-person vending for this year's conference. If you were with us last year, we had 2 options, but to make the process smoother, we are only doing in-person vending options. So you'll be here in West Palm Beach with your 8-foot table, your 2 chairs, a wastebasket, and it comes with 2 tickets to the conference. We have built-in times in our conference schedule where we will be letting attendees go and shop all of our wonderful vendors. And we have gotten great feedback from the vendors from last year's conference on how they were able to recoup their vendor table fee and get a lot of new customers. So if that is something you're interested in, you can go to that link that is scrolling across, and there's a vendor application. You pay your application fee, you fill out the application, then we will notify you regarding the status of the vendors. Once we have the last 5 people, the vendor link will go away, and we'll let everybody know that we have met capacity with our vendors. So that is the question with that. Any other questions you can think of before I move to our show and tell?
No, but again, just definitely want to again shout out the vendors that are supporting the mission of Autism in Black, and definitely again, that's one of those things where like, all right, we got a conference now, we can get vendors now too, man. So shout out to y'all for y'all support. I'm not sure if we have some of our same vendors from last year. Gonna be checking back.
We do. We have
very excited about that.
One who was from last year, and she's coming back. She's also a community member, part of the AIB community membership. So we're very excited to have her products back as well. So yeah, we got some amazing vendors that have already signed up to vend at the conference, and there's 5 more slots available. And I think me and Dr. Berry are even gonna have a table at this year's.
We'll have a little table out there.
Have a little table out there with some of our products. So yeah, it's going to be a good time for that. So we are now going to move into our show and tell portion of the show, where we address some other comments as well. So let me get us ready for that. I think we should start with this one, because this is one that we get a lot. In regards to the fees of our conference. So why are you charging hundreds of dollars for this? I'd love to go, but I can't afford that. Do you want to start off with the answer to this one, Dr. Berry?
Yeah, I think and it's a multi directional approach, especially when it comes to charging, right? So one thing, since our first conference, when our speakers took the time out to look out for us, because again, we didn't know what we were doing, but they volunteered their time. We wanted to recognize, and we made it a point to say, all right, we got to recognize, the energy and the effort that our speakers are, putting forth, to make the conference what the conference is. So it's one of those things where we do pay our speakers to speak, right? Which I know isn't very common. A lot of our speakers, especially in our industry, people want to, they'll give a little stipend, or they'll say, hey, you're doing it for, the love, right? But we want to make sure that we show that we love what you're doing and want to pay you for your time as well too, right? Not paying big bucks, right? We don't got it yet, y'all. Like I said, we're still a work in progress, but we do appreciate what they do, right? So we do pay our speakers. So that's one. Especially because we're doing it in person, right? We got to pay the building as well. We got there's a lot of things that actually got to get paid for, right? And again, we're not there yet, y'all. The speakers, the sponsorships aren't rolling through yet, where we can't make a free conference. But that's why, right?
Free annual conference, because we do have
free. Yeah. So again, and that kind of segues to what we kind of said. One of the reasons why me and Maria say, hey, you know what? We love what we do with the annual conference, right? But we get comments like this every year. What can we offer them? So that's why we started doing our summits, right? So again, our summits are hosted and provided complimentary by the Autism Black Foundation, right? So for those who have attended the Boys, Men, and Fathers Summit that's coming up, or it went last year, those who attend the Girls, Women, and Mothers, those summits, are
summit.
The couple summit, yeah. Oh God, I forgot the couple summit. Couple summit was a very good summit. Y'all should have been at couple summit. Yeah, we provide those right as a complimentary charge, right? We don't actually charge you for those summits. And the reason why is because we get comments like this, so we don't want y'all to feel like y'all left out of the Autism in Black space, right? So we have 1, 2, 3 different opportunities for you to attend an Autism in Black event where you don't necessarily have to pay a cover charge, but this is just the one that you do.
Yeah, and like Dr. Berry says, since year one, we have paid the whole 4 years that we were virtual. all of our speakers got paid. And now that we are in person, all of our live speakers, we cover their travel expenses. So we fly them in and we pay for their room. We also have to pay for the venue. We also have to pay for our AV. We have to pay for photography, everything that.
Yeah, we'll probably do a whole, I forget which days.
Operating
operating days.
operating
Like,
day.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll give y'all a breakdown
I
of what we
don't
pay
think they
for.
want to see the numbers.
Yeah, we won't give y'all the numbers, but unless y'all want them, right? But like, we'll give y'all a breakdown of what we actually pay for, just so it isn't a mystery of why we got to charge y'all.
That conference platform that everybody was loving, that one was a cost.
Oh yeah,
well. Yeah. There's a cost associated to every aspect of a conference, whether we were completely virtual. There was a cost, and now that we are in person, there's an even bigger cost associated with it. So like Dr. Berry said, while we would love, to have the big sponsors that would cover the whole cost to make this free, we're not there at that time. We will get there because I'm going to claim that. But there's a cost associated because we have to pay for these things. So you have our summits, we have podcasts, we have the Mindful Monday show. So there's
we got that YouTube. Head over to the YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube. Plenty of content over there. A lot of our speakers end up being over there as well too. So
because they're on the
content is there, y'all.
A lot of our speakers are on the podcast. You can check out their episodes. And one thing about our speakers, whether they are speaking at the conference, the summit, or on the podcast, they're dropping gems. They're giving some information. So yes, that is why we charge, but there are other opportunities as well. So check out those things. We got the summit coming up in less than a month, March 6th through the 8th. So please. And now we're going to move into some of our more spirited comments. I'm not going to share all of them because some of them are just plain nasty, but we'll give you the gist of the ones that we don't share. So here's one that Dr. Berry finds funny, and you're not going to get the whole flavor of it because it's a screenshot, but this was a GIF that was posted. So Debbie posted a white cat who kept vomiting in the GIF. So every time the GIF would go, this white cat would vomit on. So this is from our ad. So she did not like that I'm assuming did not like that we were talking about Blackness on the ad. So Debbie posted this white cat continuing to hack up hairballs on the page. Got anything?
When I tell you they get very creative when they want to let us know their disappointment with what they're doing. They get very creative. It's they get mean. It's mean. It goes from mean to creative to I hate y'all. Like it's a nice little range.
It's a nice range. So Debbie was creative. Then we have,
and like I said, and it's not lost on us, right? It's not lost on us that a lot of people just don't like, and this is like, obviously it's funny, but it's not lost on us that a lot of people do not like it. They just don't like when we center the Black autistic experience. Like they just don't like it. Like it's just for them, it just it hurts their heart.
It hurts
heartburn.
It hurts them, even though we have claimed time and time again. The ad even states you don't have to be Black to attend, but we are centering Blackness. But the name of our company alone, all of that is just very triggering for some individuals. So
I'm trying to see if I can get our text cut because I always forget because sometimes I be so surprised by their comments. I be forgetting what did I write? What did I write that would like
nothing. A lot of it is just the name because most of it is just talking about coming and So yeah.
Like I said, I'd be shocked. Debbie let us know though. Shout out to Debbie.
No shout out to Debbie. Then we have Chad here. Chad left multiple comments before we could get him removed and blocked. Yeah. We're just going to share this one from Chad.
What's the difference between white and black and brown and neon and orange people with autism, right? This is the same thing when, you know, the Black Lives Matter, Blues Lives Matter, and all this other stuff here. Again, and you'll see that a lot of the theme typically centers around the fact that we just happen to be centering the black folks this time. That's like we just happen to. Now, mind you, we didn't say anti-white, anti-brown, anti-neon, anti-orange.
Well, we're not even going to say anti. We're not, because first of all, and this is what
that doesn't make sense.
There are some people who will go and lead the charge for non-existent people. Neon orange. The only neon orange person I know is 47. Outside of that, there are not neon orange people. There are not purple people. There are not blue people, but there are black people. There are, in fact, black people. And the fact that, because this is a very common comment that we get anytime we do an Autism in Black event, there is always, you know, he did put white, black, and brown, but then he started to go down that path. And usually we get the purple, the blue. Neon orange is new that we've gotten, but there's always adding in non-existent races. And it's just mind-boggling to me. But again, we center Blackness because other organizations don't. That's why we exist. Other organizations don't, but they do center whiteness at those other organizations. And a lot of these individuals will not be under their comments telling them inclusive to black people, to brown people, but they don't have a problem with that.
Right. And I think that's where you know that's where it's so comical for us, at least for me, is that like because again, for those who don't know, like I said, I'm the digital marketer. So I tend to look at a lot of these different organizations. I look at their conferences. I look at you know their graphics. I look at all of these things here. I look at their comment sections. Right? There's nobody from the AIB community is in there. What about the black people? Right? Like no one is in the AIB from the AIB community is over at we won't name those names. Right? No one from our community is over there saying, hey, what about the black? Why aren't you saying, like, no one ever does that. But like for some reason, they always come over here and let us know why we aren't like, so it's just one of those things where if it was genuine, right? Like because like maybe they don't realize that there's a fundamental difference between being white and autistic and black autistic. Maybe. But usually, especially with our guy Chad, his subsequent comments
let us know
he wasn't really trying to learn. Chad wasn't looking for a learning moment. If y'all understand what I mean.
And if Chad wanted a learning moment, Chad can get a ticket.
Right.
If he really wants.
And because I got the ad pulled up, literally at the one of the last sentences. The last sentence says, "You do not have to be black to attend. If you care about learning, listening, and supporting the black autism community, you belong here." We're telling y'all belong here, and y'all still like.
Well, not Chad. People Chad who are like-minded, because we like to create safe spaces. So, Chad, no. But yeah, and there is a fundamental difference between being white and autistic and being black, Hispanic, all of that and autistic. The reason we center Blackness is because I'm black. I do not speak for any other communities. I speak for my Blackness. So there is a fundamental difference. Those of you who follow us are experiencing that difference. You know that difference, and that is why you feel home at Autism in Black, because we highlight that, and we're not going to stop. So people like Chad, my advice to you is, make something for the neon orange people that you feel so deeply about. But don't bring it over here. Well, you can't because you're blocked now. But that's Chad. And our last one that we are highlighting today, which will baffle most of you when you see this. You want to read it or you want me to?
Yeah, so Kathy says perpetuating racial inequality. I didn't look at you as black, but you insist on perpetuating it and segregating yourself. Right. And
Now,
again, it's just again, Kathy, right? This is just one of those things where sometimes people will have a question. No, people will have an answer in mind for a question that was never actually asked. Right. Again, all Kathy did was see the same ad that I just read off. Like that's
it's a
all
video
Kathy
ad
saw.
too. It's a video ad. So
So we
if you just
so
see
we
me
go
in
through
black,
explaining. We go through a little explaining. Y'all seen the video. If y'all not, y'all gonna see it soon. So we go through some explaining, and Kathy, right, wants to let us know, right, that we're somehow perpetuating racial inequality, right? Now, again, newsflash, right, Kathy, there is racial inequality, right? So, like, there's nothing we actually have to perpetuate because that's actual reality, right? So, like,
our
Kathy may
experience.
have you believe that there's some discordance on what's actually going on in reality. There actually is racial inequality. We just happen to be, again, we just happen to be talking about being black and autistic, yo. We just talk about being black and autistic. And then I didn't look at you as black. Unlikely. Very unlikely. That's very unlikely. Like,
It was a
let's be
video
real.
ad, y'all. I was speaking. It was a video ad. She
Right.
saw me. I don't know what she was
And
seeing.
and she feels that because we assist, we're segregating ourselves. Again, that goes back to point number one. Like that, it already happens. Right? It already happens. This is already reality. And yes, you did look at us as we're black, right? Like
Yeah.
it's all of these things. So this was just a
That's
lot
the
of
lies, Kathy.
there's just a lot of lies, unfortunately, from Kathy. Right. And like for example, let's look at her profile photo, right? She got 2 dogs, right? Could you imagine if I looked at her profile and say, "Oh my God, you have a black dog and then you have a white spotted dog? Why do you have could you imagine how wild that would sound if I got mad at her for her profile picture? That's all we did. All she did was post a profile picture. So imagine if I went to her comments and say, I cannot believe you would post those types of pictures. What about the brown dogs? What about the
Sir.
that's what y'all be doing. That's what y'all be doing. I don't know if y'all realize it. That's what y'all do when y'all take the time to post under,
Because you
educational.
have the free will to scroll on. We know we're not everybody's cup of tea, and we're fine with that. We're not stating you, Kathy, have to come to the conference. If you don't want to, Kathy, don't.
Mm-hmm.
But being you and Chad under the comments, trying to make it seem as if we are fueling racism,
Right.
is some wild business, okay?
Mm-hmm. Stretch.
And
That's a
this
stretch.
especially since I'm going to take a wild guess and say you're not black. So you would not know what it's like to be black, and you would not know that we have to fight racism anytime we step outside our house.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm advocating for my children in the school, Kathy, I'm having to fight racism. Intersectionality is so important to acknowledge when it comes to being black and autistic, black and fill in the blank. You have to understand that exists. And because you don't, you go around writing wild statements under people's ads. So, yeah. And then there was one more. We're not going to show you the actual text because it was quite it was violent. It was violent. That's what I'm going to say. Now, if you remember last week, the person in office posted a wild, disgusting, violent video in regards to Michelle and Barack. And it seems that, he kind of lit the fire for some other people to go around making statements to Black people in regards to animals. So this individual put a violent racist statement telling me to shut up with some explicits there, and then called me an animal name. So Tom was, let me pull up his name to talk about Tom, because Tom was very disgusting. Tom Dory, very disgusting. And I was taken aback for a minute because, there what I have noticed with this year's, because Dr. Berry has expanded that that pool of people we are marketing our ads to. So we are getting people who have never, seen autism and Black stuff. Last year, the marketing was a little bit different, and it was pretty peaceful and calm. I wasn't getting a lot of these nasty messages, but this year I'm seeing the difference, and I was taking it back because I hadn't had to deal with it in so long, and I was like, oh, Tom really is being nasty and violent, and he thinks that his comment is going to stop the show around here. And Tom, we are going to be bigger and Blacker now, just as a present to you. We are going to be bigger, Blacker, center the Blackness so much, Tom, that is probably going to hurt you more than anything. So you're not stopping the show. You, Kathy, Chad, and anybody else who chooses to leave a nasty comment, we're not stopping. We're going to continue. The mission doesn't stop. And we know that it's needed because there's people like you out there that are racist. So we will continue to do what we do. This conference is going to be bigger than any conference we've ever done. So you guys need to be getting those tickets, because we're going to have a good Black time.
Indeed. I love it.
Love it.
So we're signing off. We're going to be signing off again. Couple call to actions. AIB community. One is, if you see the ad, right? If you see one of our ads, one of our photos, make sure you hit that double tap. Make sure you share it to a friend or two who you know will definitely greatly benefit. If you're ready, if you haven't bought your ticket yet, get your tickets at either autismblack.org or hit the autismblack.org/links. It's there. Or yeah, just go to the two links. We ain't gonna confuse it, because we'll have y'all going to 100 different places.
Exactly.
Those two links right there, you'll be able to get
exactly. If it's easier, as long as you go to our website, everything's on our website. So autismandblack.org. There's a whole conference 2026. You can get past replays. You can go to the YouTube channel from there. So autismblack.org.
I should be checking that page out anyway. I should be up on that page anyway, depending on whether you're on Instagram or Facebook or however YouTube, wherever you're watching this. Make sure you head over to the homepage. Lots of information, for you guys over that homepage as well.
Yes. So thank you for checking our episode 11 Q&A recap for the week. Enjoy your weekend. I hope you guys get showered with plenty of love for Valentine's Day, and we'll be back Monday with a new week of shows for our Vision to Venue series. We're getting closer and closer to April 17th through the 19th. So secure your tickets. Make sure, if you are joining us in person, that you secure your hotel through our link, because I know that we're getting close to our limit. We're probably going to have to add some more rooms, but we're also getting close to the date where that discount link will go away in early March. So make sure you are getting all your ducks in order to join us here in person in West Palm Beach or virtual. So thank you all. Enjoy your weekend. And that's it for us.
All right. See y'all next week.